All right, so let's talk about what the difference is between pensions and a 401k. Okay, a lot of us, we're in our 20s, we're just starting our working lives, we're just getting hired into these companies, and, we're getting retirement plans and things like that. And most people, or most private corporations, for-profit corporations, don't have pension plans anymore, and there's a really big reason why. Okay, and but if you are in the nonprofit sector, or you work for the city or some type of government something, you'll probably be offered a pension, along with probably a 403b. So let's here the three basic retirement things that companies offer is usually a 401k, that is for your for-profit companies, and then your nonprofits and government entities offer usually a 403b and a pension. So first, let me just say that the difference between a 401k and a 403b is nothing. There is no difference between the two. The only reason that they have different names is literally the section of the tax code that they're covered in. So if you go to the section of the tax code 401k, that's the section that covers that type of retirement plan. And a 403b is just where they cover the nonprofit or government entity section of that retirement plan. So there's no difference between a 401k and a 403b. So let's talk about what a 401k is and a 403b is, because they're the same thing. So for a 401k and a 403b, the technical term for them is their defined contribution plans. Okay? So what this means is that you have a defined benefits package related to the contributions that are being put in to that account. So usually this will involve kind of like an employer match. They'll match 3% of your salary, up to 3% of your salary, depending on how much you contribute. Okay? So, and what this is it is tax deferred savings. Okay, so what that means is the money that you put in, you can write off on your taxes today, and it goes into the account tax free. But then when it grows and you start taking money out of it, that's when you get taxed later. Okay, you get taxed later on 401ks and 403bs. So that's pretty much what it is. It's, and those investments, they go into the stock market. They, usually some employers offer, different levels of control that the employee can have over that account. So, but, they all pretty much go into the stock market. And that's pretty much your 401k and 403b. You make contributions. Those contributions you can deduct on your tax return in the current year that you made those contributions. And then at the end of the term, when you start taking the money out, that's when it gets taxed. So that's a 401k and a 403b. Pensions are a lot different. Pensions are a lot different than that, okay? What a pension is the technical term for a pension is a defined benefits plan, okay? So for a 401k and a 403b, those are defined contribution plans, and a pension is a defined benefits plan, all right? So what a pension is you make your contributions, okay, and they're going to have some type of threshold in which you are fully vested in the pension, okay? And then what happens to that money, right? Where does it go? So with a 401k and a 403b, you're investing the money, and then they take that money and it goes into the stock market, okay? And it's an account that's yours and it belongs to you, and you can take money out whenever you want, okay? You can see the balance and watch it grow. If you take it out too early before your retirement in a 401k and a 403b, there's penalties and stuff like that, but we won't get into that right now because we're going to focus on 401ks and 403bs and pensions. So that's where your money goes with a 401k and a 403b. you invest it, it's an account, and it goes into the stock market, and you can invest in any stocks, mutual funds that you want through the stock market. So what a pension plan does is when you contribute the money and the money goes in, the company that offers that pension, or local government unit or state government or whatever it is, then takes that money for themselves, and then they take it and then they invest it for you, okay? And then at a later date, you're promised, according to the contract, a certain amount of income basically per month at a later date when you retire, at your retirement age, okay? So that's where the defined benefit comes in, is that your benefits of the pension are defined prior to you putting in any money. You'll know what you're supposed to get at the end of that. So that's a defined benefit. And then the defined contribution with the 401ks and 403bs they're just going to help you with your contributions with that company match, okay? Your benefits on the back end in a 401k and 403b are not defined. They're completely up to what the money does in the stock market, what you invest in, how good your returns are, and so on and so forth. So a pension is a defined benefit plan. You're promised a certain amount of income once you reach that retirement age, and depending on whether or not you became fully vested in this pension. So that's pretty much the difference between the two.